We're back with football again, and we meet to discuss the UEFA Champions League game between Tottenham and Atletico Madrid. Is Mustafa. My name is Afolabi. Welcome to the show.
Okay, we know that Tottenham is not playing very well, and this is not a good thing for them because Lookman is returning to London. Lookman used to play for Leicester and I think two other teams in England, and the scouting report on him is that he's a flashy player who's brilliant once in a while, but he can never be like a really top world class striker. Well, this will be a chance for him to get his revenge. In a way, he's already gotten his revenge because he's proven to the EPL what he can be. The EPL didn't want him. They took him, he went to Italy and now he's in Spain and he's going to show people what he's about. It seems like the EPL doesn't want to take Nigerian strikers. They don't want to take our boy, what's his name, who's playing in Galatasaray.
Osimhen.
They don't want to take Osimhen. They don't want Lookman, don't worry. And these guys are some of the best strikers in the world. I dare say that if they came to especially with Osimhen, if he came to the EPL, that's a 40 goal scorer right there. Because I think he's the top three or top four number nines in the world. But we're gonna talk about Lookman. Lookman is one of the best forwards in the world, especially the best forward probably in Nigeria. When I mean forward, I mean winger, not just scoring, because we know that Osimhen is the best pure scorer. So this is going to be a good chance for Lookman to come back, play in London. No, not playing in London actually. The first match is actually in
Atletico in
Spain.
Spain.
Yeah, but he's playing a London team, so he's going to show them what he can do. And he has transformed Atletico Madrid. Before he came to Madrid, Madrid was known as a mid to low block team that wins games through hard defense and maybe score 1 point something goals per game. They don't score a lot of goals, but their defense is great. But adding him here now allows them to continue with their mid block. I think a lot of the times they use a 3-4-2-1 or a 4-3-3. It allows them to have a mid block. But adding him with Griezmann and with what's the guy, the number striker, Shoreham, the white guy, what's his
Soloff,
name?
Soloff,
Sola.
Soloff.
With the three of them now, so what you have is you have a sound structure. They're not a very explosive team, but having Lookman who supposed to be a winger, but can drift to the center and move about as one extra player to unlock defenses because it's going to be very difficult to get Solos, Griezmann, and Lookman. That combination now with the three of them is able to unlock defenses and score more goals while still maintaining their mid block and stability. So I think adding him was a brilliant move because the coach didn't have to change the formation of the team to become too much of an attacking team while dealing with the issue of creativity. He adds a lot of creativity, and we've seen it. They beat Barcelona 4-0. They beat Sociedad 3-2. And so far, Lookman is on fire right now, one of the top players in Spain. So this match is going to be at Atletico Madrid. And I'm predicting that they're going to do pretty well against Tottenham because Tottenham is having some problems with injuries and defense. And I think they've lost, what, 5 games in a row in
Yeah,
England. They're coming
four.
16th. They're coming 16th in the English league, almost a relegation team. And I have a feeling that they're going to struggle a lot to deal with the Griezmann, Soros, and Lookman. So I'm going to predict that they're going to break these guys down and win this game 2-0. 2-0, maybe 2-1. I don't Tottenham can be dangerous on the counter attack and they play a high possession game. Even though they play a low block, they do play a high possession game and that's pretty explosive forward wise, but they just give up too many goals and they're too disorganized in the back. So I'm going to predict this is going to be a 2-0 game, and I'm going to predict that when they get back to Tottenham, at best, Tottenham might draw with them or maybe win 1-0 or maybe even lose. What are your thoughts, Folabi?
Yeah, that was what I was going to say. In fact, that at best, Tottenham would draw against Atletico Madrid because I mean Tottenham is approaching this game with their tails between their legs. Mentally, they
Yeah,
are fragile. They've had a very poor run of form. Like you rightly mentioned, I think they've lost four straight. They're
yeah.
flirting with relegation. I think they're 16th. And so they're going to be weighing this match, which is more important. Do I focus my energy on the next Premier League game, which is Liverpool away, or do I do well in this UEFA Champions League game and get our season back on track? So back to Lookman, who is our focus of analysis today. Lookman has brought variety and flexibility to the Atletico team. Now he makes the Atletico team have more variety. Usually, what Atletico was known for was a rigid low to mid block formation, two banks of four, then two strikers. But now with Lookman, they can flirt with three in front. They can play three at the back. It makes them more flexible. And Lookman is just not an out-and-out striker. And nowadays, you see that Simeone likes to use him with Solo, who is an out-and-out striker. So they want someone like Lookman who can run in between spaces and stretch defenses while
Yeah.
Solo just occupies the center backs. So that gives them a lot of flexibility and variety. And then when he's tired, they can then remove Solot and bring on a Griezmann with the experience and quality, and with Lookman and his ability to drift into wide spaces and engage fullbacks in one-on-one dribbling. It makes Atletico look very, very fanciful now. The team that was called Park the Bus before, they're looking very, very, fanciful now. They're playing very good football. So I think Lookman, as he proved, he came to England. I think the last time he played for in England was Leicester City. He did well, but he didn't make the
Yeah.
cut. But now he stepped out of England and he has showed the quality he's made of. So I believe he
Yeah.
will be the man they have to mark out of this game. He'll
Yeah.
be a handful for Tottenham.
And the thing about Lookman is he's like who's the guy that plays for Tottenham from Egypt? Salah. Lookman is like a Salah and Iwobi, and also so in other words, what I'm trying to say is that he has three functions.
Like
He's
a
almost like an
hybrid,
attack.
like a
Yeah, he's
hybrid
a
of
hybrid.
those
He's
guys.
like an attacking midfielder, sort of like a number 10, but at the same time he can play on the left and he can drift. So he can do all three things. He can pass the ball. I mean, he's primarily a winger, but he can play so well centrally, and we saw that with him playing for Nigeria. And then adding that with Solos or bringing in Griezmann later, all of these guys for Atletico Madrid can move off of the ball and stretch defenses and exploit half spaces, and that's where it's going to be deadly. He's going to be exploiting half spaces, creating chances for his other teammates, and his other teammates do the same thing. Guys like Griezmann and Solos, they move off of the ball and create chances for him. So it's reciprocal. So they don't need to have a primary scorer. It's collective football, and the three of them, these guys look deadly, and they can go very far in this competition. I think so. What do you think, Afolabi?
Absolutely, they can go very far in this competition. They look solid. And like you rightly mentioned, Lookman is going to be looking for the half spaces. And they have the
Yeah.
quality of Mendoza and Koke in midfield to find those passes when he drifts into the half spaces. So I don't see how Tottenham are going to pull this off. It's going to be very difficult for them. I see a very solid victory for Atletico here. They have a very
Yeah.
solid back four and a last line of defense. Jan Oblak is a very experienced goalkeeper. So I don't see how this goes in any other direction other than in favor of Atletico Madrid. So, but we still have to look forward to the game. And then
Yeah.
immediately after the Liverpool game away for Tottenham, they come back again to play Atletico in the second leg. So it's not going to mentally it's going to be difficult for Tottenham to
Yeah,
pull this off.
I bet my house. I'll bet my birthright that I'm gonna bet my birthright that Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid qualifies. Then after selling my birthright, I'll be looking at the game like this. All right, so we're gonna be behind him because he's our fellow Nigerian, and also Atletico Madrid is a great team. So we want Lookman to show England, show the EPL what they're
What they are
missing. What are your last
missing.
thoughts on that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he has shone like 1,000 stars. We saw him in December in the African Nations Cup. He
Yeah,
put up a virtuoso performance when he represented Atlanta in the finals of the UEFA Cup. And now
the three goals.
Spain. Yeah, so the guy, he has come off leaps and bounds. He has proven himself. And I think by the time he plays a full season, because Atletico picked him up in January, by the time he plays a
Yeah,
full season for Atletico, they will see what stuff he's made of, basically.
just has to stay healthy.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
just has to stay healthy.
And stop eating more and more. I know at one point he was gaining weight. All right. Take us out of Falabi.
It's been another brilliant show. We've been looking at our own star boy, Lookman at Demolana, and how he's going to take out Tottenham during the week in the UEFA Champions League. From Mustafa and myself, we'll be back again with the UEFA Champions League previews. Bye for
All
now.
right. All right.